Islands are supposed to be permanent. Land doesn't just vanish. Yet history is full of islands that appeared on maps for centuries, only to disappear without a trace. Were they ever real, swallowed by the sea, or was there something more mysterious at play? Today we're diving into the eerie and unexplained history of disappearing islands. Our first mystery takes us to the Coral Sea, where a phantom island fooled explorers, scientists, and even satellites for over 200 years. Meet Sandy Island, an island that was charted by Captain James Cook in 1774 and recorded on countless maps. Even Google Earth showed it, until an Australian research vessel went looking for it in 2012. They sailed straight through its supposed coordinates, but there was nothing. Just open ocean, no land, no shallow seabed. Just deep water over 4,000 feet down. So what happened? Most experts believe Sandy Island was a cartographic ghost, a mistake copied from one map to another over centuries. Some think it might have originally been a floating pumice raft from an underwater volcano mistaken for solid land. But the strangest part, even modern satellites included it in their databases, which raises the question, how many other islands on maps don't really exist? Now let's talk about an island that didn't just disappear, it could have changed international borders. This is Bermeja, a tiny island that appeared on Spanish maps as far back as the 16th century, supposedly located off the coast of the Yucatan Peninsula. But when Mexico sent survey ships to locate Bermeja in the late 1990s, it was gone. No trace, no shallow seabed where it should have been. The Mexican government conducted multiple expeditions using sonar and aerial imaging, yet the island simply wasn't there. And here's where things get really interesting. Bermeja wasn't just any island, it was strategically important. If it existed, it would have expanded Mexico's economic zone in the Gulf of Mexico, giving them rights to valuable oil reserves. Some theorists suggest Bermeja was intentionally destroyed, perhaps bombed or submerged by foreign powers to prevent Mexico from claiming those waters. Of course, most historians think it was likely a mapping error or a sandbar that naturally eroded over time, but to this day, no one has a definitive answer, and the question remains, how do you lose an island that was on maps for 400 years? Some islands don't just disappear, they start political disputes before they vanish. In 1970, a devastating cyclone in the Bay of Bengal caused a new island to emerge from the sea. It was a barren stretch of land, but India and Bangladesh both saw it as an opportunity. India called it New Moor Island, while Bangladesh called it South Talpati. Both countries rushed to claim it. India even sent naval forces to plant their flag. For years, the two nations argued over ownership, even though the island was just a few miles wide. But while they were debating, nature had its own plans. Rising sea levels, coastal erosion, and storm surges gradually swallowed the island. By 2010, it was completely underwater. This wasn't just a border dispute, it was a warning. Scientists say more islands like New Moor, South Talpati are disappearing due to climate change. Could entire nations be at risk? The fate of this island suggests they might. Sometimes an island doesn't just vanish, it sinks, leaving behind clues of an ancient civilization. Off the coast of Japan, divers discovered something astonishing. Massive, pyramid-like structures submerged beneath the waves near Yonaguni Island. Some of these formations look eerily artificial, perfectly straight edges, steps, and even what appears to be a road. Could this be the remains of a sunken city? Scientists are divided. Some argue that these formations are completely natural, just weathered sandstone shaped by ocean currents. But others believe Yonaguni might be the last remnants of a lost civilization, possibly over 10,000 years old, dating back to a time before recorded history. If true, it could rewrite history, proving that an advanced society existed before what we currently recognize as human civilization. But for now, the mystery remains unsolved. From phantom islands to vanishing lands, History is full of places that seem to slip through the cracks of reality. Some were mistakes, some were swallowed by the sea, and some might still be out there waiting to be rediscovered. What do you think? Are these islands just myths, or could some of them have been real? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more mind-blowing mysteries.